a PPT for you for our class. 1 minute. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are talking about strategy in our class also. Strategy in VUCA situation. What is VUCA? See, today the business climate is very volatile, very complex, very uncertain, kind of thing. Ambiguity is also there. That is why it is called VUCA. V refers to volatility, U refers to uncertainty, C refers to complexity, A refers to ambiguity. In the past years, some 30, 40 years or 20 years back, things are very clear. Suppose you have, if there is a price war, if your price is little less, maybe you are successful. If your quality is there, maybe you are successful. Today, so many things are required. Even then, we are not successful. We should be able to produce well. We should be able to produce quality product at some reasonable cost. You have to do marketing. You have to do so many things. Still, you are not able to be successful in the business. So that is why we call it a VUCA situation. Okay. So now the strategy can be, it could be a short-term strategy that is called within 1 year. If you are evolving a strategy for 1 year, that is called a short-term strategy. If you are evolving a strategy for 2 to 3 years, less than 5 years, that is called a medium-term strategy, a long-term strategy. Now, for example, students like you may not have a long-term strategy. Some of you may not have, but all of you will definitely have what is your short-term strategy. What is your short-term strategy for you? To complete this course successfully and come out with flying colors. Am I correct? Your short-term strategy for next 1 year or 2 year is to complete the course with flying colors. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
My God. So the time frame is shrinking because of VUCA situation due to micro and macro environmental variables. See, today, because of this kind of a situation, the long-term strategy never works. Long-term strategy, that there is no point in having a long-term strategy as of now because things are changing so fast, right? So because of the environment, which we discussed in our class, environment could be social environment, technology obsolescence, etc., etc. Okay. So let us go to how Titan watches, what kind of problem they had and how did they cope up with the problem. Titan watches used to have a batch size of production of 10,000 watches per batch. Today, that batch size, they have to produce 1,000, less than 1,000, because the number of models have increased. 10, 15, 20 years back, there were only about some 6 or 7 models. Today, they have hundreds of models of watches, and each model has to be produced less. So, multiple branding, multiple models, but each model they are producing only less, because of which the cost goes up. When you mass produce, your cost will come down. When you don't mass produce, when you produce less quantity, your cost goes up. So they had come up with a strategy, multiple branding under umbrella brand Titan. So they had a Titan brand name, and then under it they had various other brands. Titans, one watch is some name, some other watch some other name. So one is called umbrella branding, under which there are some specific brands. This is one thing. The second is because of the changing preferences due to lifestyles, work environment, disposable income, competition from other products, there are different types of watches are required, and you have to, and because you require different type of watches, you have to reduce the batch size. So this has created a problem for the Titan. The workers were agitating. No, because if you want to, sorry, watches, still I mean watches only. So if you want to produce lesser quantity, you have to change the jigs and fixtures of the machinery for every batch. So you have to change frequently. So workers were agitating because any change is resisted by human beings. They were agitating, and finally, and it went on strike also at one point of time. And finally, they thought they should give a training for the workers, that is production people, about marketing, about consumer, about customer. They said the customer is demanding something new every time, so we need to change the model, we need to change the jigs and fixtures, we need to change the way we produce. So this was actually imparted to them. This is called customer orientation of production people. Normally, marketing department will be customer oriented, but in this case, even the production people, workers, supervisors, maintenance people, etc., have to have a orientation towards the market and customers' requirements, customers' likes and dislikes, so that they understand the market. Then the resistance have come down. In fact, this is a very lively case for us. When I was doing the consultancy, my wife had done nearly about 30 programs for them on customer orientation for production people, because every batch there are 30, mostly ladies, 30 people were there. There were about some 400 people. So we did around 15 or 16 programs, and then later on again another round of programs, some 30, 40 programs. The title was given was Customer Orientation for Production People. So, and slowly they brought in some change so that they accept that small batch size. So that is, suppose in your, for example, in your house, somebody likes chutney, somebody likes sambar, somebody likes, say, some red chutney, somebody likes some podi ennai for your idli or this thing. Your mother has to produce so all these things. If there are two boys and one husband and one mother, three different types of produce. But in the olden days, my mother, let us say, she will produce idli and sambar, that's all. No such thing. Other things will not be available. Today the customers are demanding. Subal kind of fellow is demanding many chutneys. Red chutney, blue chutney, white chutney, green chutney, like that. So obviously your mother is a titan, is a marketer, is the seller. She has to produce many chutneys so that our kids will eat more. That is what gives the happiness to her. So it's like that. You can always bring down everything to your family and learn something which will be very useful. Okay, go to Titan jewelry. All these things which I have, my personal exposure is there. Large jewels weighing 40 grams plus. Olden days, all our tata party, I mean not tata, party and mommy, all those, attai, everybody used to have a very big chain. Very big 40 grams chain. That 40 gram is 5 pound or even much bigger than that. All these Cosmoleks. But today, all these young girls like Vaishali, Vanishri and so many other Berlin, they don't want jewelry. Even if they want only 1 gram gold or simple machine made one small chain, it will not be even visible to the others. So they want 1 gram gold or machine made chains. Then now something new has come. Men's jewelry has come. The men have started wearing jewelry. Some in the hand anklet or minor chain they are wearing. And there were so many things. Then fashion jewelry has come, bridal jewelry has come. Then now gold coin. It's very fashionable to buy a gold coin, keep at home instead of buying a jewelry. All these things are happening in the market. This has to be taken to the production people of jewelry in Titan, and then they slowly they brought in change so that the production people accept it. Because if you try to bring in the change very fast and very swiftly, the production people may not like it. So slowly you have to bring in to meet the requirements of the jewelry. Okay, this is another my experience. The third experience, Titan marketing strategy. See, multiple brands. I said Titan is the umbrella brand. They have brands like Fast Track, Sonata, Zoop, Octane, Xylus, Nebula, etc., etc. In jewelry brands, Tanishq, Mia, Zoya, Carrot Lane, and Titan Eye Plus is sunglasses. And they were bringing international styling. That is what these girls and boys want. Pure quality, 916 they call it. 91.6 percentile purity. They wanted post-sale services. Normally in a jewelry there won't be any post-sale service, but today people are expecting some post-sale services. And they created another market called corporate gifting. Suppose a company wants to honor the employees who have completed 25 years. So they were used to gift. Earlier they used to give, now they started gifting jewelry, they started gifting watches, etc. A new strategy, and they created a new market for that. Okay, right. Then what else? Okay, Titan HR. What did they do? Customer orientation production person that I already said. They have another program called Tacit to Explicit. I will not go into that. That is not in the scope of our work. Competency mapping. Suppose somebody has got an expertise and he should do that work. He should not be given some other work. Many a times in many companies, somebody will be good in something, statistics, etc., but he will be given some other work. So you have to map what kind of competency we have, what kind of competency we require. So they used to map like that. And this learning and development is an ongoing process. And in addition to that, they started giving welfare to the people, because a lot of young girls who come very brainy, we call it as Kuti Devadigal. All Kuti Devadigal, all fresh MBAs, fresh BE, everybody come. My wife used to call them Kuti Devadigal because they are all good looking. I mean, boys and girls both. So we call them Kuti Devadigal. And when they get married, they have child, and we have to give some, take care of their children, kids. So they started a crush, and they used to give innovation awards. And Titan Evolve is somebody who is bringing some new ideas. Some unlike awards. Sometimes when you give a suggestion which is totally different from the normal suggestion, it's called unlike awards. Run for integrity, this is a marathon kind of thing. Design awards, like this, they brought in so many things, so many different HR strategies they brought in to make employee engagement is a very useful, happy kind of thing for them. Then Titan production, it's a precision industry. So Titan is, no, because it's a very small product. In that there are about 140 parts are there in a watch or something. So very highly precision industry. So you have to, and they used to make their own tools, jigs and fixtures. They don't buy the jigs and fixtures from outside. Their own machinery also made by them. And this product development is an ongoing process, because you don't know what kind of model will survive, what kind of model will be accepted in the market. So you keep on producing models, give it in the market. Whichever goes very well, then you have to increase your production. So that is how they do it. It happens in your garments also, your T-shirt, etc. Or whatever garments is there. Initially they will send the markets about 10,000 pieces, 20,000 pieces. If it sells well, then immediately they will make 2 million pieces, because that goes and the whole the design will be applicable only for 3 or 4 or 5 months. Then again the season changes, some other design will come. So that is how then. Okay, this is another example. It's a medical software company. This is pretty old, about 10 or 15 years old information. Those days, the hospitals had a software for their hospitals, but then they used only for accounts and pharmacy. For a long time, only software was used only for pharmacy and accounts, were computerized. But other departments were not computerized at all. அவங்களுக்கு என்ன பயம்னா, suppose income tax fellow comes, and on the click of the button, he will come to know how much money you are making. ஸோ அதனால் மற்றது எதுவுமே அவங்க இது பண்ணலை. No, they did not compare. This was a resistance was there in the from the doctors, from the hospital owners for the software people. And slowly, in the last 10 years, the entire function of hospital come under ERP. Slowly the ERP has come, or new softwares have come. And அவங்களுக்கு சொல்லணும், இல்லை சார் இது ஏதோ இன்கம் டேக்ஸ் ஃபெல்லோ வந்து தெரிஞ்சுக்குவான்னு சொல்லி, தென் the medical software seller, they used to tell them, don't worry sir, you can have 2 software, one for the real account, another for poly account, that is the fake account. You can have 2 softwares, so no problem, that and all we know your problem, we will take care of you. அதெல்லாம் சொல்லி இல்லைதான் அதுக்கப்புறம் they started accepting the software. Okay, that was a big resistance. I'm talking about 15-20 years back. Today, of course, it's very common. School education. முதல்ல எந்த ஸ்கூலில் போடுவாங்கன்னா, எந்த ஸ்கூலில் ஃபஸ்ட் மார்க் நிறைய மார்க் வாங்குறாங்களோ அந்த ஸ்கூலில் போடுவாங்க. In the past, students' strength in schools are dependent on the performance on core subjects. Today, it is not so. It is, in addition to core subject marks, the schools should give good co-curricular activities. So they should give good extracurricular activities, facility for coaching for competitive exams, etc., etc. They have to give facilities for robotics, skating, coaching for NEET. There's a shift in the strategy. முதல்ல இந்த அப்பாக்கள் என் பையன் மார்க் வாங்கினா போதும் அப்படின்னு இருந்த அப்பாக்கள்லாம் போய், இப்போ இருக்கிற அப்பாக்கள் மார்க் வாங்கினா மட்டும் பத்தாது, இதெல்லாம் கொடுக்கணும். ரோபோட்டிக்ஸ் கொடுக்கணும், ஸ்விம்மிங் கொடுக்கணும், ஸ்கேட்டிங் கொடுக்கணும். யூ ஹவ் டு கிவ் கோச்சிங் ஃபார் நீட், ஜேஇ, சியூஇடி, everything you have to give. அப்படிங்கிற demanding parents have come. So the market is changing. There again, some schools have taken cognizance of this, and then they started giving some new this one. Okay, this is farm produce organizations. What is this? Earlier, agricultural people they used to produce, and one trader will come and buy from him, or these agricultural people they will used to take their produce to the market, shandies, அதாவது சந்தை சொல்கிறோம் இல்லையா, அது பேர் ஷாண்டி இங்கிலீஷில். ஷாண்டீஸ் they used to sell once in a week like that. So, but some perishables you cannot keep for 1 week, and no, they were not getting good price. So, and trader used to squeeze the agriculture people, and then he becomes richer. Agriculture people remains to be at the same level. அதுக்கு பதிலாக these farm produce organizations were made by me. There are in Tamil Nadu there are about 200 FPOs. Coimbatore district is leading, almost I think 40-50 FPOs are there in Coimbatore. In fact, Isha யோகா இருக்குல்ல, அவங்க ஒரு FPO வச்சுருக்காங்க. That is the biggest FPO. And I hail from Karamadai, one place. There are 3 FPOs are there. 3 FPO, the 3 FPO தலைவர்களும் என்னுடைய தெரிஞ்சவங்க. So they are all retired, full-time farming வந்துட்டாங்க. After retirement, they come and do, so they bring in new ideas, they bring in computerization, everything. They made an organization. So from produce growing societies in the new trend. So what they do is they collect the material from the farmers, and it's a collective bargaining with the trader. நான் உனக்கு 10 டன் என்ன 100 டன் தர்றேன், but this is the price you should give to me. Like that they demand. Not only with the trader, with the end consumer. End consumer can be a Palamudir Solai restaurant, or it could be a hostel, or it could be many things. All these old age homes, college hostels, or individual markets, departmental stores, etc., etc. Farm growers made forward integration of taking up selling into their hands. Farm growers இது வரலும் வெறும் க்ரோ பண்ணுறது மட்டும் பண்ணவங்க, they went into forward integration, and they took up selling in their hands. Similarly, large marketers and manufacturers அவங்க என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னா, they started going backward integration to the farmer, and they started having a understanding what is called contract farming. அவங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, நாங்கள் லேண்ட் வச்சுருக்கீங்களா, வெரி குட், எல்லா இன்புட்டுக்கான பணம் நான் தரேன், யூ ப்ரொடியூஸ் அண்ட் கிவ் இட் டு மீ. ஸோ த கான்ட்ராக்ட் ஃபார்மிங். ஐ டோன்ட் நோ ஹவு மெனி ஆஃப் யூ ஆர் ஃப்ரம் மெட்டுப்பாளையம், காரமடை அந்த ஏரியாவில் இருக்கீங்களா? எனிபடி ஃப்ரம் தட் ஏரியா? ஊட்டி? Anybody from that area? You know this jasmine poo, jadi malli, and jasmine poo is used to make scent. So there are 6 scent factories. The farmer directly gives to the scent factory, and then he makes big money. இல்லைன்னா ட்ரேடர் அங்கே கொடுக்கும்போது ஃபார்மர் யூஸ் டு கெட் லெஸ் மணி. பட் டுடே அந்த 6 சென்ட் ஃபேக்ட்ரி இருக்கிறதுனால தே ப்ரொடியூஸ் த ஃபார்மர்ஸ், the flowers, and give it to them. And the flowers, very interesting thing is, suppose you give the flowers before 9 o'clock in the morning, அதுக்கு ஒரு ப்ரைஸ், ஒரு 300 400 per kilo. Suppose you give it before 12 o'clock in the afternoon, அதுக்கு ஒரு 100 கம்மி, 200. Suppose you give the flower in the evening, அதுக்கு ஒரு 100 கம்மி, 150. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் முன்னாடி இருக்கவே இல்லை. In the past, we did not have that kind of arrangement. Today, because of the FPOs and contract farming, the farmers are able to get better money for their produce. And the flowers problem என்ன, ப்ளக் பண்ணுறது கஷ்டம், நிறைய டைம் எடுக்கும். ஸோ if you have to pluck everything before 9 o'clock முடியாது. அதனால் the market has adjusted so that they can pluck even throughout the day, and there are buyers who are able to buy the flowers throughout the day, something like that. இது தவிர ஓப்பன் மார்க்கெட்டில் இருக்குது, பூ மார்க்கெட்டுன்ற வடிக்கும், மதுரை, கோயம்புத்தூர்லாம் இருக்கும். அதில் இந்த விசேஷ காலங்களில் 1 kilo பூ, 1 kilo flower, you know how much it costs in India? 2000 rupees எல்லாம் போகும், 1500 rupees, etc. And in Bombay, on that Diwali day or some other Ganesh Chaturthi day, etc., 1 kilo costs even 10,000 rupees in Bombay. So there are some form of FPOs. They actually collect the flowers here and put it in a flight at about 8 o'clock flight, which will reach Bombay by 9:30, and 10 o'clock it is there in the Bombay market, and which gets about 6,000, 7,000 rupees, whereas the same flower in Coimbatore may get only 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees. So they started doing it. So many flowers are going from Coimbatore to other places. I'm sure from Madurai also it goes. And you know very well, on the Valentine's Day எந்த நாள் சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம்? வேலண்டைன்ஸ் டே எந்த நாள்? ஹலோ, இருக்கீங்களா எல்லாரும்? வேலண்டைன்ஸ்
February
டே
4th.
பிப்ரவரி 14th இல்லையா?
Yes, sir.
பிப்ரவரி 14th ஒரு ரோஸ் ஃப்ளவர் வந்து ஹாலண்டில் இருந்ததுன்னா அதுக்கு அதுக்கு மார்க்கெட்டே தனி. ஸோ த ஃப்ளவர் கோஸ் ஃப்ரம் உசூர், பெங்களூர் அண்ட் சம் அதர் பிளேசஸ் டு ஹாலண்ட். கரெக்டாக பிப்ரவரி 14 அங்கே அங்கே பூ இருக்கிற மாதிரி அதை பார்த்துக்குவாங்க. தே வில் ப்ளக், கட் த ஃப்ளவர்ஸ். That is why it's called cut flower. Cut the flower, pack it properly, so that and it's sent by flight to reach Holland by February 13th and to the market for February 14th. All these things are possible because the FPOs have come into stay. They are actually making a very big strides in farming. Okay, right. This is what I wanted to highlight in your this one in this class. If you have any queries, we can discuss for a while. ஸோ ஏதாவது குயரி இருந்தால் சொல்லுங்கள். இப்போ நான் சொன்னதெல்லாம் புரிஞ்சுதா? வாட் எவர் வி ஹவ் சீன், இஸ் இட் யூஸ்ஃபுல்?
Yes, sir.
So we said time frame of strategy we said, then we went to Titan watches. Titan watchesலயே மார்க்கெட்டிங் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி எப்படி இருக்குது, ப்ரொடக்ஷன் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி எப்படி இருக்குது, ஹெச்ஆர் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னு பார்த்தோம். Then we went to Titan jewelry and then medical software and then company and then we went to FPO, Farmers Producers Association. Okay, these are things which we have seen. So Vishali, you have any doubts? Anybody for that matter, not only Vishali.
No, sir.
Okay, no doubt. You understood? So whatever you wanted, you got something?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you so much. We'll meet again tomorrow and we will open up with some other subject and we'll try to discuss something which may be useful. I don't know. I am just thinking that these are things useful to you. Only you have to react whether it's useful or not. Okay, thank you so much.